Imagine this. You're lying awake at night, replaying that moment when someone hurt you deeply. The anger, the pain, it's all still there, eating away at your peace. But what if I told you there's a way to break free from this emotional prison? Today, we're unlocking the power of forgiveness, and trust me, it's not just about being nice. It's about reclaiming your freedom and peace of mind. Let's get real for a second. Forgiveness isn't easy. It's not about forgetting or excusing what happened. It's about choosing to release the grip that hurt has on your life. And here's the kicker. It's more for you than for the person who wronged you. So how do we do this? First, acknowledge your feelings. It's okay to be hurt, angry, or disappointed. These emotions are valid, and recognizing them is the first step towards healing. Take a deep breath and say, "I'm hurt, and that's okay." Next, shift your perspective. Try to understand the other person's point of view. This doesn't mean you agree with their actions, but it can help you see the situation more clearly. Maybe they were going through something you didn't know about. Maybe they're fighting battles you can't see. Now, here's where it gets powerful. Make a conscious decision to forgive. This is where you take control. Say it out loud. I choose to forgive name for action. It might feel strange at first, but there's incredible power in these words. Here's a practical tip. Write a letter to the person who hurt you. Pour out all your feelings, the hurt, the anger, everything. But here's the twist. You're not going to send it. This exercise is for you, to help you process and release those emotions. Now let's address the elephant in the room. What if the person doesn't deserve forgiveness? Well, here's a perspective shift for you. Forgiveness isn't about deserving. It's about freeing yourself. Think of it like this. Holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. You're the one suffering. But what about justice, you might ask? Forgiveness doesn't mean you can't seek justice or set boundaries. You can forgive someone and still choose not to have them in your life. Forgiveness is about your inner peace, not about their consequences. Let me share a quick story. I once knew a woman who carried the weight of unforgiveness for years. Her father had abandoned her as a child, and the pain shaped her entire life. One day, she decided to forgive him, not because he deserved it, but because she deserved peace. The transformation was incredible. It was like watching someone put down a heavy backpack they'd been carrying for decades. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds great, but it's easier said than done. You're right. Forgiveness is a journey, not a one-time event. Some days will be harder than others. That's okay. Be patient with yourself. Here's a small, achievable goal to start with. Every night before bed, practice forgiveness meditation. Take a few deep breaths and visualize yourself releasing the hurt. Picture it floating away like a balloon. Do this for just 5 minutes each night. Remember, forgiveness is a skill. Like any skill, it gets easier with practice. Start with small offenses and work your way up. Forgive the person who cut you off in traffic. Forgive your friend for forgetting your birthday. Each act of forgiveness strengthens your ability to tackle the bigger hurts. And here's something powerful to remember. Bear with each other and forgive one another if any of you has a grievance against someone. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. That's from Colossians 3:13. It reminds us that forgiveness is not just a personal choice, but a divine example we're called to follow. As you embark on this journey of forgiveness, remember that you're not just letting go of the past. You're opening the door to a freer, more peaceful future. You're breaking the chains that bind you to hurt and stepping into a space of emotional freedom. So I challenge you, who do you need to forgive today? It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. Start small. Start now. Your future self will thank you for the gift of peace you're giving them today. Remember, forgiveness isn't weakness. It's one of the strongest, most courageous acts you can perform. It's declaring that your peace is more important than holding on to hurt. It's choosing freedom over resentment. So are you ready to unlock the power of forgiveness in your life? The key is in your hands. Turn it and step into a world where you're no longer held captive by the past. Your journey to freedom starts now. What's the first step you'll take today?